All right, good evening, all my fellow Skolgers and all my wild ones. We are coming out here tonight on my 30th birthday. Happy birthday to me. My goodness, we have reached the big dirty 30 and just had a great stream. A lot of technical issues on stream, but, a fun stream. If you guys don't follow on twitch.tv/Zafa_gaming, please check it out. Would love to have you guys there. But wanted to come on here because we need to talk about Wrestlemania 39 as well as the state of WWE going forward. Now, obviously, this is a YouTube channel that's mostly directed towards football and obviously a little hockey. But for Zafa Talk, we cover my interests, which is wrestling. And we talked about it in the last episode, gearing up for WrestleMania. And we know what to expect and all that. And now we are past WrestleMania 39. And I'm not going to spend a ton of time covering everything, but I just want to I want to talk about this and how I'm feeling. This is strictly my opinion on how everything went. So I'm not going to break it down super in depth. Let's start with night one, though. Night one. Overall, as a show, night one was fucking awesome. I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it. The only match that kind of was maybe a bit of a letdown was the opening match, which featured John Cena. Which I kind of think that this was John Cena's final match ever. It felt like a retirement match for John Cena. And he put over the young talent in Austin Theory. I just thought the match was a little rushed. But that's okay. It wasn't bad. I felt like it was a little rushed. Which happens. But I felt like it was like the passing of the torch to a new, young, up-and-coming talent. So, if this is the end of John Cena's historic career, shout out to him. Hats off to him. All the respect in the world. What a legendary career. We'll find out more down the line, I'm sure. But, man, what a ride it's been. Cena's controversial in the past as far as you're either a Cena supporter or a Cena hater. There's no in between. I was always kind of in between. Yeah, I was sick of him during the PG era, but at the same time, I always respected him. Always a great worker, great performer. Carried the company for a long time. But a lot of respect to John Cena. So if this is truly it for Cena, respect, shout out to John Cena. Beyond that, every single match other than that was pretty fantastic for night one. The showcase tag team men's match was awesome. The Street Profits, love them, got the dub. But everyone in that match had their moment. Ricochet wrestled his ass off in that moment, which I love. Obviously, that's what he does. Love Ricochet. Braun looked good. Both the Street Profits looked good. The Viking Raiders looked good. It was solid. It was so good. Everyone pulled their weight, which is what I love. Everyone pulled their weight. After that, we had, I know there was the women's match, the 6-woman tag, Trish, Lita, and Becky versus Damage Control. Trish Stratus looks incredible. She did so good. Lita, she looked good too. I mean, obviously, neither of them are going to go at the level that they used to, but adapting also to this modern style of women's wrestling, which is more freedom to actually be more physical, in my opinion, which wasn't always available back in their generation, just because it was a different time and the women weren't given as much respect as they should have been given. Those two pioneered everything, started, in my opinion, the Divas Revolution. So, and they can still go. They can still go. I was kind of hoping for a Trish heel turn at the end because I thought that would be pretty cool to set up maybe Becky versus Trish at SummerSlam. Didn't happen. That's okay. That's okay. Good match. Logan Paul, the social media stud, also one of the more hated people on the internet. He has not had a bad match in WWE. I'm sorry. Unpopular opinion, maybe. I don't care what people say. Logan Paul is a fucking superstar in the WWE. He belongs there. The thing is that he was apparently, his contract is up for that day, and he needs to be resigned. He belongs. Logan Paul is a bona fide superstar in the WWE. His matches just keep getting better and better, and he needs to continue to develop and grow because that guy has all the charisma. He's so easily hated. So, like, that's a heel. That's a bad guy. You got him. And then Seth Rollins, probably the most over babyface in all of wrestling. I mean, who can refrain from singing the theme song, when he comes out? It's incredible. He's just on another level. Seth Rollins will go down in history as one of the best, in my opinion. One of the best. He's so fucking good. And, you know, I loved the spot with KSI in the Prime bottle and revealing himself, and Seth Rollins pulling him onto the table, and Logan frog splashes him through the announce table on accident. That was just awesome. And the right guy won. Rollins needed to win that match, 100%. But fucking great. Just great stuff all around. Great business. We had Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte. Their first WrestleMania match was good. This one was better. It was so incredible. Candidate for match of the weekend. Unbelievable. And I think the right person won. Rhea Ripley deserved to win that title. Absolute banger of a match. 100%. We had Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus the Usos. The greatest storyline in so long. The Bloodline. Sami and Kevin come together. It was everything that I wanted. It was emotional. It was dramatic. Maybe it got a little bit, repetitive at the end with the kickouts, but no, I was invested 100% from start to finish, and Sami and Kevin finished the story. Loved it. It was emotional. I had like a tear in my eye during that moment. What a great moment for not only them two as best friends. Kevin Owens, shout out. Back-to-back WrestleMania main events on night one. First last season was against his hero, Stone Cold Steve Austin. This year with his best friend, Sami Zayn. So, pretty awesome. Shout out to them and the Usos for being the greatest fucking team in so long. I mean, no bad matches for the Usos. Sami and Kevin put on a hell of a performance. Awesome. Awesome. So, cheers to them. Yes, it is a WWE Cup, of course. And then the problem is we get to night two. Night two. Kick the night off with Brock Lesnar, the Beast, versus Omos. I have been very outspoken against Omos, as I don't think that he is good. I think he's shit. My bad. But for what it was, I will eat my words. The match was fine. Brock Lesnar is so goddamn talented that he can carry a match like that, which I respect and I appreciate. He carried the match. Omos looked fine. Brock played it well. The F5 on Omos was great. The crowd was into it. As far as an opening for that WrestleMania Sunday, I thought it was fine. Enjoyed it. Match 2 after that was the Women's Showcase Tag Team match. I didn't like it. I didn't care for it. I don't know. It felt a little rushed. I felt like Ronda and Shayna didn't deserve the win. I personally would have rather seen Liv and Raquel get it. But yeah, it didn't do anything for me. It was just a filler, which is fine. It is what it is. We got, I'm going to say my favorite match of the weekend, I think, was the Triple Threat Intercontinental Championship match. Gunther, Sheamus, Drew McIntyre. What a fucking fight. What a match. A banger, as Sheamus would say, banger after banger after banger. Unbelievable match. I was like tensing up and cringing with all the fucking chops. And oh my God, it was so stiff and it was so freaking hard hitting. Amazing match. I loved it so much. And I think the right guy won. I know, obviously, so many people would want Sheamus being the babyface to get that win back after losing at, Clash of the Castle or whatever. That's fine. I understand. But Gunther is the man and could be the guy possibly to dethrone a certain champion, which we'll get to. But that match was awesome. Edge versus Finn Balor. Really fun matchup. Enjoyed it. Now, to anyone who didn't see, everyone saw the ladder to the head, and they obviously were cutting away and not showing Finn, so you could tell he was actually hurt. My man got, I don't know the exact amount, I'm just going to guesstimate from what I remember, like 14 staples in his head in the ring. Hence why the camera was only showing Edge and like the crowd and stuff. My man got staples in his head before the fucking match continued. And then they never stopped it. He just went back. He was in the ring and got stapled. Incredible. Finn Balor, you're a legend. Unbelievable. But overall, the match was fun. I was surprised that Edge won. I kind of figured it'd be Finn for Edge putting him over. Because what I thought was this could be Edge's final WrestleMania. Because he might retire when they're in Toronto over the summer. But we'll see. Who knows. But I enjoyed the match. Minus the stoppage. Because that kind of sucked. It kind of killed momentum. But what are you going to do? Beyond that, then we had the Raw Women's title, Bianca Belair versus Asuka. I loved Bianca and her entrance. Now that we're talking about entrances, I realized I missed night 1, Rey versus Dominic. Pretty fun match. Both entrances were great. Dominic coming out of the fucking police van in handcuffs was funny. Rey coming out with Snoop Dogg to Eddie Guerrero's music was probably my favorite entrance of the weekend. So that's why I'm surprised I missed that. I'm sorry. But Bianca's entrance was pretty cool too, with the little girl dancers, and apparently the youngest one lost her mother that day, is what I read. Day of, lost her mother, and Bianca brought her in to try and distract her as best as she can. So I loved that, and I kind of was expecting Asuka to win, but I'm not disappointed that Bianca won. I'm not, because I like Bianca Belair as champion. I think she's really good. So shout out to her. Good match, and I like Bianca winning. And then the main event. Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns. All signs point to a new champion. You have a new hero. One of the most over guys in the wrestling business. And a great match. Can we talk about Cody Rhodes' entrance? The whoa. 81,000 people screaming, whoa! Amazing. The way that he embraced his wife and his daughter at ringside before the match and gave his weight belt to Brody Lee's son. Shout out to Brody Lee and his family. Gave his weight belt to him. It is like everything is perfect. Roman Reigns. His Roman Reigns entrance was awesome as well. No doubt about it. Unfortunately, after an incredible match, they didn't pull the trigger. WWE somehow kept the title on Roman Reigns. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. One of the most shocking things, me and my buddies were sitting in this living room here watching together, and our jaws hit the floor. We all looked at each other in disbelief like, oh my God, they did not put the title on Cody Rhodes. Are you kidding me? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. They didn't do it. They refused to do it. The perfect opportunity. Cody, finish the story. Everything was there. Everything was there. Hero babyface. You know, give him the title at WrestleMania. They didn't do it. So I can say now, whoever wins the title off of Roman eventually, the moment will not be as special. Don't give me into that, oh, next year at WrestleMania, if he holds it for another year. Obviously, WWE just wants Roman to hit 1,000 days. And don't get me, I love Roman Reigns' title reign. I think he's been great. Heel Roman Reigns in God mode, unparalleled, unbelievable. But the time was now to strike, get the title off of him. Let him take some time off to be with his family. Cody Rhodes is that guy. He could be the face of the company 100% and hold it down as champion. But they didn't do it. They didn't do it. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame, because then we got to last night, the Raw after WrestleMania. Keep in mind, the Raw after WrestleMania is supposed to be the most exciting weekly television show in WWE. It's supposed to be the show to watch between Raw and SmackDown. The Raw after WrestleMania. It's like the number one. I'm not going to get into it, but obviously the sale that the WWE had, and Vince McMahon is now apparently back in control. You could completely tell last night on Raw that Vince was in control. It was, from what I read, the lowest rated episode of a wrestling show in history. Yikes. That's just what I read. This is strictly from social media, but that's what I read. Vince McMahon ruined fucking everything, and now we're looking at superstars being upset that he's back and in control. Bayley was cut from Raw. Sounds like she's done. Damage Control in general seems done. Bobby Lashley, LA Knight. You know, like what? Why would they want to stick around? Why on earth would they want to stick around? It seems like Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch are upset. Those are two of your biggest stars. Monday Night Raw was awful. It was awful. We got one return. Matt Riddle. Okay. Big fucking deal. I don't know. Such a letdown. Such a letdown. I love wrestling so much, and the WWE since Triple H took over has been so incredible. But, man, if Vince is back, it's going to set the entire company back 3 steps. And that sucks. That really sucks to see. It really does. But, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. The sale of the company, I don't know what that's going to lead to. But if this is what we have to look forward to, I'm not going to be paying attention nearly as much as I usually do. So, we'll just have to wait and see. But that's all I got for WWE. Before we end this video, just want to say, shout out to the Minnesota Wild for clinching a playoff berth. Unfortunately, we are now tied for first place after back-to-back losses against the Vegas Golden Knights. Even at home, we lost in a shootout. It sucks. But we are tied for first place with the division. And we got to go. I think we got 7 games left. It's either 7 or 5. One of the two. Either way. God, would love to win the division. Would love to. But we are in. We have clinched a playoff spot. So, guaranteed, we're in. Kirill Kaprizov is skating again. Shout out to the boy. The Thrill. So, he should hopefully, knock on wood, be ready for playoff time, which we need him for. And I think that's all I got. SkolNBolts, Wild Ones. Love you guys. Wrestling fans who are new here, welcome aboard. We usually talk football and hockey, but I am a wrestling fan, so you're damn right I'm going to talk about it. And yeah, if you guys, you're new here, please subscribe, like the video, check out the SkolNBolts Podcast episodes on here. And if you don't like using YouTube, check it out on Spotify, where you can use it while you're at the gym, while you're driving, on your radio, whatever. Check it out. Give it a shot. New episode of SkolNBolts Podcast will be out soon. We've been a little behind on that, but mainly because there's not a ton of news for hockey and football. Not a ton, at least, so. Yeah, stay tuned for that, guys. I appreciate you guys. Everyone who tunes in, thank you. And everyone who was in the stream, thank you, guys. I appreciate that. And we will see you very soon. SkolNBolts Podcast episode will be coming out soon, as well as more Zafa Talk. So thank you, guys. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next time. Peace.